I think I got a very interesting topic. So let me just talk about a little bit about leadership. I think this is one of everyone's favorite topic. That what we do in a day-to-day life that make you a very effective leaders in whatever settings you work in. So you might have heard a lot of different leadership styles, but I would like to take a minute to just revisit those like different leadership styles. So one is like autocratic leadership style, that when leaders like really, how they make the decision is that they make their own decisions without hearing any inputs or feedback from their like peers or colleagues or employees. Second one is participative leadership style. So participative leadership style is really known as democratic leadership style. So where really the leader would hear everybody's feedback, input, and then make decisions. Then there are other styles which are also, we see it a lot, that is one is a transformational leadership style, and Anissa mentioned the word about one of the executives here, Cheryl, that how she brings transformation. So generally in healthcare settings, the leaders are transformational leaders because they like put the vision out there and they just influence their colleagues and employees by communication and high visibility. So that's transformational leadership style. Then there are other styles. One is the transactional leadership styles. If you have seen somebody who is leading a large like sales team, they like influence and motivate their colleagues by giving them incentives and a lot of they motivate them through commissions, bonuses, or some incentives, some sort of incentives. So these are commonly seen leadership styles, but there are other leadership styles too. And one is known as situational leadership style. So these leaders are really just kind of the people who really switch their gears very often. Based on the situation, they adopt the style and they become a leader what situation requires. So all these styles, really, one question that we would think that ultimately, everybody would like to see how we can become successful and how we can become very effective in whatever we do and whatever roles we do. That's the ultimate goal. So which leadership style is the best style? So answer to that question is really, it depends. So there is no yes or no answer that this one autocratic style is the best leadership style for A position or B position. How generally people develop leadership style is most unconsciously. And when I say unconsciously, it depends on their personality and experiences. So how they learn about their experiences, failures, successes, they try to accommodate how they can become effective and successful. There are very less people who effectively and consciously choose their style. And generally, while developing leaders, it doesn't happen until you are in your 40s, if you have not consciously thought about it. So that's really, kind of the leadership styles are. So in certain, I think, if you want to become a very successful and effective leader, the answer is that all these styles depend on who you work with, in which environment you work with, which position you work in, and that really depends your suitable leadership style. So people who are in military or government, of course autocratic style is really demanded for that position and for that job. People who are higher up like in CEO's role, really people demand really the direct inputs and decisions from them. So autocratic leadership style is a suitable style. However, you work in certain settings, participative leadership style is the best. And we are right now in the hospital, so healthcare is a good example. In hospitals, you see effective leaders are very much participative leaders, and they really take inputs, from their colleagues up to bottom, kind of approach, and then they make the decision because it's a different environment and that's the requirement for that job. So these are kind of, that people learn that, which situation it is and which role it is and which the effective and successful style is suitable for that. Now, one thing that, one question that was given to me here is that do developing leaders really, do they need to identify a particular style, or do they really just it becomes a distraction than, a help for their own career? So I think my really best advice for developing leaders is that keep your eyes, ears open and your mind open and be flexible about it. Try to constantly learn from your environment where you are really becoming successful and effective, and try to hone that, that leadership style in your day-to-day life. Really, there is no particular style that can make you very successful. However, your peers' feedback, your seniors' feedback, that, hey, you did really well in so-and-so job or in so-and-so situation, that really tells you that where you are really good and effective leader. So that's one thing. Now, how do I see that, from my personal experience, that what works really, that what leadership style that I applied and worked the best. So I can would like to go back a little bit from my past background that, and I had a wonderful opportunity this morning here at Dayton's Children. My past background is in hospitals. So I actually did MBA in healthcare and then started my career as an administrative fellow. So I had a great opportunity to meet with the fellow here, resident here at Dayton's Children. So in fellowship programs, what it offers is that for a year, or my fellowship was for 2 years. 2 years, all you do, you just follow one executive each week or for 2 weeks, and just kind of learn what they are doing. So all your job is job shadowing and watching what they are doing. So I had that incredible, experience, and really what I learned, I forgot the content of the hospital management, but I never forgot their leadership styles, that how they become so effective leaders, and that's from the director levels to vice president to all the way from the executive levels. So this morning I had an opportunity to meet with Sue. She was the CEO and president's secretary, executive secretary at Miami Valley. So she did really see me doing that for years. So I was really excited to see so many old colleagues. But really what I'm trying to say, never give or miss any opportunity where you can see and learn from other people's style where they are successful and not. In my particular business, TrueChoicePack, situational leadership style always worked the best for me, because this days and age, not like all organization, you can get an A role where you can just deal with the A crowd, and then you can adapt that one style and it works the best. You deal with multiple and diverse teams, diverse group of people, and lots of different stakeholders in a day-to-day situation. In our business, we here operate in USA and also in China. The cultures make a huge difference in what style you adopt. So in USA, when I deal with people, my style is totally different with my staff and people here. When I deal with the people in China, it's totally different. They expect me to be autocratic, direct input, direct decisions, and if I don't do that, they think I don't know anything, and end of the day, we do not accomplish anything. So cultures makes a huge difference in your leadership style. So situation leadership also is very effective when you are trying to understand who your peers are. So age group, if you are working with your partners and colleagues, you are more effective when it's participative leadership styles. When the employees who are young enough, it's the age-based approach where you can be autocratic. So that's just my own experience. But I think that more open you are and listen other people's feedback, you can kind of develop your own effective leadership style.
Thank you, Dina. Does anybody on the panel have any immediate thoughts or feedback that they would like to share?